Hello, everybody. John Troutman here with Truth or Comfort. I'm here with Geoff Nowlin today, and we're going to go through and talk to you about real estate investing. Geoff, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So you've been doing real estate for a little bit?
Yep, since 97. Bought my first place in 97.
Man, I don't even know if I was born yet in 97.
Well, yeah.
All right. I was 3.
No comment, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. 97, that's good. That's that's about when I got started investing in 96.
All right,
So,
right on.
Yeah. If you could, we're here in the Valley, Phoenix Valley, and so are you in the
Yep.
area.
Mhm.
And how did you get started? You have an interesting story, so I just wanted the listeners to get an idea of who you are and how you got started
Sure.
investing in real estate, and then I'll explain how we're working together now.
Sure. No, absolutely. So I'm kind of an analytical guy. I was a computer science major, a mainframe computer programmer. I grew up to start and operate my own IT company. So that was fabulous for almost 10 years. I had 45 employees at my peak. Life was good. I was on all the preferred vendor lists in town in St. Louis, where I was born and raised. And the world changed beneath me, and there was nothing I could do about it. Indian Filipino outsourcing kicked up. The monsterboard.coms of the world kicked up. And all of a sudden, the customers that used to buy from me weren't. And so, my problem was, I came, kind of from nothing to be very successful and have a lot of comforts. And I could feel the comforts dwindling as the money was dwindling. And so I was like, what do I do? Well, while life was good, I was buying real estate. I was paying more than full price. I was
Who taught you that model? More than full price.
Well,
Wow,
that's kind of my point. Is
Okay.
I was doing it way incorrectly,
Got it.
managing it incorrectly, negative cash flowing, but I liked it as a hobby. And so I was looking around saying, well, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do next? So before my IT business, went all south, I decided to get myself trained. So at that time, there was one of those late night TV dudes, and I went to the late night TV dude seminars,
Right.
and I bought full boat platinum package, and I had my classes, I had my mentor, I got my little software, and I got started, and I liked it, and it was good. And so I went from 0 to I think 56, 52, I forget the exact number, units in my first 2 years.
Nice. That's a lot.
And
We're hustling.
I was hustling, right? Because it was an emergency. And when things are an emergency, you tend to hustle.
Yeah, you had to have to.
I had a have to. I had a huge why. So what I didn't realize is because I would call on each of my deals, I would call my mentor, hey, how about this one? How about that one? And so he was watching me do the different deals and helping me through them. Finally, one day he says, you're ready to be one of our mentors. I'm like, get out of here. I thought he was just patting me on the back and giving me the old, yeah. Well, all of a sudden I'm on the phone with the boss. I'm flying to Florida to meet the boss. I got the job. I'm at the airport scratching my head. Did I want a job? What just happened?
Nice.
But the truth is, it was really a blessing because they put me with 5 very experienced mentors in different disciplines, and I was able to learn kind of what they do and how they did it. Since between here and there, I've now personally mentored over 700 different families for a lot of the different companies around. So I'm not, plugging one company over another, but it's been great. I've taught in 4 different countries.
Wow.
Now, and so I really like it. Here in Phoenix where we live, I'm also a licensed realtor and a home inspector. So I've got a little home inspection firm, now as well. So it's just something that I like. So I'm all about the idea of the multiple streams of income. That works for me.
Well, it sounds like you love real estate too. If you're a licensed real estate agent, inspector, and you're an investor and a coach.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So to the people that are sitting out there going, hey, I'm looking at this real estate education stuff. I'm looking at this, I don't know do they play this stuff on late night anymore? I don't know if they do or not, but
they do.
What would you say? Okay.
They do.
Late night to me is anything after 7:30, so I don't stay up that late. Right. But anyways, what would you say to people that are looking out there like, hey, I want to learn, but I don't want to invest in one of these programs? I mean, because you're a byproduct of
Yes, I'm a product of the product for
yeah,
sure, right?
yeah. Not a byproduct of the product. Okay. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, so I guess there's a couple of ways. You can read books.
Mhm.
Everybody learns differently. Some people learn, by reading. Other people learn by listening. Other people learn by doing.
Right.
I'm more the doer type.
Got it.
I tried the study the book routine, and it only produced B results.
Right.
I'm not an A student. But when I do it and I experience it, then it's like I get it and I got it and it locks in. So people have to first understand how do they learn and then choose the avenues in which they learn. Some people can learn famously by listening to these types of audios. Other people, they buy the book, they delve in, and then other people need that little bit of support from somebody that's done it before. So the coach and the mentorship, is very helpful for that kind of thing.
Got it. Yeah. So I think I learn, and I think a lot of people learn more hands-on, like you're describing. And yeah, some other people could learn by textbook and things like that. But I think where the rubber hits the road is actually got to do it.
Right.
Right. Um, so truth or comfort. Let's talk about truth or comfort.
So I haven't read it yet, but I see it here, and so I'm going to.
Okay.
Love it.
We'll make sure you get a copy today.
All right.
And then, but with that topic, truth or comfort, and talking to people about real estate, what would you tell them if they chose? Let's give them a little bit of each, truth and comfort.
Sure.
Right.
So keep it simple. Just do one deal.
Right.
Just do one. Don't get, people often look at me, oh God, I could never do what you do. You've done so much. Well, look, I'm not new to the planet. I've been around for a while. So if you're new, let's just do one deal. Let's do it slow. Let's take our time. Let's understand the components. There's the finding the property.
Mm-hmm.
There's the approach. There's the paperwork. There's the closing, the title and escrow process. And so we have the acquisition strategy, but then we also have to have the disposition strategy. If we get rid of the property, or if we keep it, what are we going to do to make money with it? And then one of the great ideas, I think, and why I really like you putting the Knowledge Institute together is you've got people that have done it before that can help you with the kind of deal that you have.
Right. So real quick, I will plug Reiki Real Estate Knowledge Institute real quick, and just saying that Geoff is part of the Reiki group now. We're a team, and it's a group of educators, in they're specialized in their particular bucket, if you will. So Geoff you work with people out in the field, teaching them this, what you were just describing a second ago, in so much detail. I mean, I'm so impressed with what you do and how you educate people and the detail that you get into and what you have them do. I mean, it's a lot of information, and we love it, and we love what you bring to the group, to the team, if you will, especially being able to show people how to do it, and the fact that you've done it and do it.
Well, and so and thank you, by the way. I appreciate the plug, and I appreciate being involved. I mean, this is exciting.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm one of those guys where if I am uncomfortable with a facet, then what I'll do is I'll kind of scribe out my little script. Mm-hmm. I'll put it to paper. I'll practice it. I'll get on the phone or whatever the task is, and then I'll go do it until it becomes second nature. And then once it's second nature, it's like, I can't believe that bothered me before.
Yeah.
I run into some people, they're afraid of the telephone.
Right.
And I'm like, well, you have a cell phone, you're paying $150 a month for it. If you're afraid of the telephone, what do you have that for? Well, they can talk to their buddies and they can talk to people at church, but they can't talk to a seller who wants to sell you something.
Right.
So I sat down, I wrote out a script of how do I talk to sellers.
Right.
And I've refined it over the years, so and I've got this little one page. It's really easy. And so we go over that together, for instance, and then I'll call on the phone a seller, or we'll knock on the front door and we'll meet them. And then I'll just ask the questions right on a little form. And if somebody says, "Are you speaking to me from a form?" Well, I said, "Well, yes, sir. I did write down the questions I wanted to have answered, so I wanted to be prepared." And you'd rather work with somebody that's prepared, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, how they going to say no?
Yeah.
Of course not. So, but the idea being, that's just one example of taking somebody from an uncomfortable position, having them, and then have them practice it. And even if you screw up a couple times, it's okay. I still screw up stuff. I don't mean to, but sometimes I make a mistake and the guy doesn't like me and it's no sale. And okay, next. But you don't fret about it. I mean, it's there's another one around the corner.
There's probably another one right there on the same street, right?
Right.
Next door.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reality. It's real estate. So that's the beautiful thing about it. There's plenty of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, we love that you are working with us now and that you're on the team. What would you say when you work with people out in the field? What's the number one hang up or number one issue? Or is there like a number one? Is there like two or three? What are the issues that you see?
So people look for what I call the secret. They're really concerned about what's the secret. Tell me, show me the secret.
Don't say it over at this station.
Whoops.
We don't want to give it away.
We're going to give away the secret. So everybody has their own hangups. Like, for instance, are you afraid of spiders?
It depends, but sometimes.
Yeah, some people are. They have a real phobia of that. Are you afraid of swimming?
I don't swim a lot, but I'm not afraid of it.
Okay, some people are. And some people are afraid of a big giant German Shepherd, and I say, as long as I can outrun you, it's okay.
Yeah.
But people carry around their fears, and they get them out, and they pet them, and they talk about them, and they put them back in the suitcase, and they drag them around with them.
Right.
And so what happens on a 3-day mentorship is I learn what their fears are, and then if their fears are going to get in their way of their real estate practice, then I work with them.
Right.
Like this one couple was hilarious. We were calling sellers to interview them about the property and then hopefully make an offer. And the husband was awesome on the phone. Nothing wrong with him. He was fine. When it was her turn and I put the phone in front of her, she froze and wigged out. And I'm like, "Well, dear, what do you do for work?" She says, "Well, I'm a stewardess." I'm like, "Well, you have to talk to people, hundreds of people on the plane, and you have to do this." And she says, "Yeah, I can do that." So I said, "Okay." So then we built a division of labor. When it's time for the phone, husband handles that.
Yeah.
When it's time for the paperwork, she handles that.
Right.
So sometimes that's okay. I discover what the family needs.
Yeah, strengths and weaknesses.
Strengths and weaknesses, absolutely. So yeah, it's interesting what people decide their disability is. And really, most people don't have any disabilities. You just have to. It's just new. That's all.
It's mindset. It's mindset.
Yeah, it's mindset.
And just a real quick plug: we will have Jim Madrid, who's our mindset coach, if you will, that we work with, and he is phenomenal. You'll get to meet him here at our next event. But he is great when it comes to mindset.
Okay.
Because what you said was so true. We decide. We get to decide if those are, limiting beliefs or whatever it is, right? You're deciding that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, when I was younger, I decided to play football. It wasn't a good idea because I wasn't big enough, but I decided to. And then I decided after I got cut that wasn't good. So let's go do something else. And I tried out for the soccer team.
Okay.
And I went and did that, and I got cut real fast because they won state the year before. And then I said, "Man, I needed something that I can do where I don't get cut."
Right.
Well, in real estate, you don't get cut. It doesn't matter if you're tall, thin, heavy, black, white, from this country, from the other country. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Buyers and sellers engage in the business of buying and selling.
Right.
So if you say to yourself, "I need one deal to help my family," great. Let's go get one.
Right.
Let's just go get one, and then try that suit on. See how that suit fits. See how it feels. And then you'll say, "Hey, that wasn't so bad.
Right.
Let's go do another one." And pretty soon you're at 50, and pretty soon you're at 100, and pretty soon, you're one of the mentors.
Yeah.
You don't even know you're going there, but you're going there.
Great story. Also, just a quick side note: when we met Geoff, he came to the house, and first time we met him, and he shows up with two luggage bags, and I was like, man, this is kind of early. He's kind of trying to move in already. What's going on here? He's very organized and thorough, and he had all his testimonials and kind of the all the information that he goes through with people on a 3 day. So it's more than 3 days because they have prep work and all this stuff. But anyways, long and short of it, all the information that you guys would learn. So it is very impressive, very organized. Great to have you on the team. I have a question for you, and I don't want to throw you off with this.
It's okay.
But
lay it on me, brother.
This is the first of the Truth or Comfort Reiki podcast that we're doing here versus before we had them. They are on the Apple Store, but we hadn't asked this question, and it's so important because there are a lot of people out there that just need to know this stuff. And so my question to everybody going forward is, you're a real estate investor, right? That's not the question though.
Okay, good. I bypass.
How many Lamborghinis do you have?
0.
Man,
so let me tell you.
Hold on. You're a real estate investor without a Lamborghini?
Well, let me tell you why. So I've restored some 10 different classic cars, including Porsches and Jaguars. Mm-hmm. And so, no.
Okay. Well, so
not my style.
So my big thing, I think lately has been, there's so many people pushing the Lamborghini and the lifestyle and stuff like that, but you don't see the project. So I'm going to continue to talk about that and make sure it's like, hey, if you guys are interested in real estate, you guys want to come here. If I take and show you cars, if I take you to the Lamborghini dealership and you want to learn about real estate, that's essentially, to me, what happens when people are hey, I want to learn about real estate investing. I'm going to look at this guy with all this cool stuff, but that person doesn't show you any of the real estate. They just show you their stuff. So you guys, they're probably just selling you a program. You got to just take a second, take a step back and go, okay, is this person doing it? There are a lot of qualified people that you can get solid advice from. We are organizing it here at Real Estate Knowledge Institute to where it's not about one or two particular people. It's about a group of investors that have been do this investing, and they specialize in a particular bucket, if you will. And so if we lose one person, we're not out of business or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's more about, think about it like a university. If you're thinking the University of Washington, it's because that's where I'm from, right? Or University of Phoenix, you're thinking of a university. You're not thinking of a particular person. So as we start to grow this company and the education center and the educators and all this stuff, we're just really looking forward to it. So when you guys are looking for real estate advice, if you will, make sure that the people do it. That's my big thing to people out there looking. It could be with us. It doesn't have to be. Try it on. You could give us a call, talk to us about it. If you want to learn more, great. But whoever you're taking advice from, make sure that they actually do it. We were in Vegas last week. I'll give Bradley a quick plug. We're doing some recording at his studio, and he does like recording with some great people, right? So we feel honored to be in there doing recording there and working with him. But he is starting hold on, I gotta ask, what's it called? Verified Guru. He's doing Verified Guru, and he's going to start calling out all these people that say they're gurus, because he's the original. He's built the platform. He works with a lot of really solid human beings that are good, but he wants to at what they do, and they all talk about it, like how many people say they do stuff but they don't actually do it. So he started the Verified Guru, or starting it. So I'm kind of excited. I have a handful of names even in the Phoenix area that I want to add to the unqualified guru. How about that? Hey, Brad, we're going to steal your idea and do the unqualified guru.
So getting back to your point, each student has what I call their own definition of happiness. Sometimes I meet people, they just want to buy their own house for themselves.
Right, yeah.
Some people, they've already got 5 homes, and they can't understand why they're losing money. So we crunch the numbers and we see, oh my God, it's, 4 of these are dogs. We got to unload these immediately and stop the bleeding. We use that term, stop the bleeding.
Right.
Sometimes it's a triage operation. Other people say, I've got to send Junior to college. Whatever your goal is, start one brick at a time. Let's just do one deal. Let's just do one deal together. I can't tell you how many times I've helped students do deals. Student will call me up, hey Geoff, I got this X, Y, and Z, or they'll send me the little questionnaire sheet. I just talked to this guy, and here's what he said. And so based on that, we can determine what kind of deal is it, and put a little game plan together. Go get it. And I've helped hundreds and hundreds of students do deals. It's wonderful. It's so it's fulfilling. It's fun, but really, it comes down to what's your definition of happiness. What do you need in your family?
Right.
Because sometimes maybe you want the Lamborghini. That's fine with me. I don't care. But let's make sure that we're building a solid foundation first before you start wasting money on depreciating assets.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not anti Lamborghini. I mean, that's not my thing. It's more about like, hey, let's see some projects. If you're going to say that you made your money in real estate, why don't you just be true to it and show that? I just know a lot of the people that we work with, a lot of the people that I would say are my mentors, I don't see them driving any of that stuff.
Right.
And not that I don't think it's cool. I just think, all right, if you're doing it, then let's walk the walk. I just think a lot of investors, for the most part, you're hustling. You're not taking, $150,000, $200,000 out of your investment portfolio to buy a depreciating asset. To me, when I look at it, I'm like, man, okay, so that's going to cost me, $2,200, $2,500 a month, because you got to look at, what it is you're losing in the depreciation, the cash flow. It's just like you're throwing money away. Right. So it's just hard for me. And I think any investor that's been doing it a while, it's hard to take and buy something like that. So that's where I always use what's bigger, your ego or your bank account. And hey, if your bank account's big enough and that's what you want, great. And maybe you buy a piece of real estate. You look at it like this. You buy a couple rentals, and then you go finance the Lamborghini at like a 3%, 3.5%. So those people,
use your skills to get a good deal.
Yeah, exactly. Have those people that are renting from you paying for your Lamborghini payment, right? So anyways, you guys, it's been great having Geoff on. I appreciate your time today. This is the first of many. We are hunting, and we're going to continue to look for where is the investor with the Lamborghini. So we're going to keep doing these until we find.
What if one of our students already has the Lamborghini and then they want to invest in real estate? Is that okay too?
Yeah, we'll. Yes, okay. It 100% is. There's probably some mentors out there that say they're mentors that could probably use our program too, and they have Lamborghinis. Oh no, I did not. Anyways, again, thank you for meeting with us today and going through this. We appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited. So,
all right,
let's get to it.
Shake the day.